Hey, thanks for joining me, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee and Nuance Show. Today is July 17th. That's right. Is that? Oh, there we go. My name's Tom Coffee. I'm at Coffee and Nuance everywhere. And we're also streaming live on Rumble, rumble.com/coffeenuance/live, on YouTube and on DLive and on Twitch. Today, we're going to be talking about results. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sanctuary of Truth, where we're about to peel back the layers of government spending and shed light on the paramount importance of judging success based on results, not on the extravagant sums of money squandered. Yeah, I'm your newly monetized host, and today we're taking a deep dive into the realm of government programs and the urgent need to hold them accountable for their outcomes, especially in the wake of the Ukraine conflict. Now, in this wacky world of politics, it often seems like the path to success is paved with greenbacks. We witness staggering amounts of taxpayer dollars being poured into programs and initiatives with the promise of transformative change. But here's the million-dollar question. Are we achieving the desired results, or are we merely witnessing an expensive charade? It's like paying top dollar for a gourmet meal, ending up with a plate of soggy fries. Let's talk about the Ukraine conflict, a devastating crisis that left us questioning the efficacy of our international involvement. We witnessed billions, with a B, of dollars being funneled into military aid, hoping it would foster stability and promote peace. What did all the money accomplish? Did it quell the violence? Did it bring us closer to a peaceful resolution? Are we living in opposite world? Sadly, it feels like our spending is more about flexing geopolitical muscle than about achieving lasting solutions. It's like buying a fancy peace sign necklace and forgetting to actually, make peace. And it's not just on the global stage. At home, we see government programs riddled with inefficiency and waste. We witness colossal budgets being allocated to tackle critical issues such as education, healthcare, infrastructure. Yet when we assess these results, we find a frustrating lack of progress. It's as if the money evaporated into thin air, leaving us with empty promises and unfulfilled dreams. But we hear politicians tell us how much more money they're spending because they're just so righteous and so good. It's like paying for premium. It's like paying for the premium cable package and still having to watch infomercials. Where's the bang for our taxpayer buck? Education, for example. It's an area where we've seen a parade of grand plans and significant spending. But where are the improved graduation rates? Any change to the narrowing achievement gaps? Are we better equipped students ready to face the challenges of the future? We must recognize that success cannot be measured by the dollar signs attached to these initiatives, but rather by the tangible impact on our schools and the prospects of our children. It's like paying for a PhD and ending up with a certificate from Trump University. Similarly, infrastructure projects have become an emblem of squandered opportunity. We've seen mountains of money poured into repairing bridges, revitalizing transportation networks, and ensuring the safety of our citizens, yet crumbling roads, decaying structures remain a persistent reminder that success cannot be bought, must be earned through effective planning, execution, and actual tangible results. It's high time we redefine success. Let's measure politicians' achievements by the outcomes they deliver, the lives they improve, and the problems they solve. A program's success should not be defined by the size of its budget, but by the positive impact it has on the lives of the people it aims to serve. So, my fellow citizens, let's demand transparency. Let's demand results. Let's challenge the notion that success is synonymous with lavish spending. Instead, let us judge our government by their ability to achieve real and meaningful progress. both domestically and abroad. By doing so, we can build a more accountable, more prosperous society, one that values results over rhetoric. And hey, if we're lucky, maybe we'll even witness a groundbreaking moment where politicians learn to stretch a dollar like it was their own. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffee Nuance Show, best censored commentary and news show live. Right now, flame on. Okay, look at all the people here. Wow. This is what happens when you finally get monetized. That's right. I've been approved by YouTube to be monetized. Now, if you get 50 views a day, it doesn't really do much. But I'm glad to be now on the good list and not on the pay no mind list. So we shall see if that will make a difference in the reach that this program gets. You can help me out, of course, by hitting that like button, sharing this video with someone. Let's see if it makes a difference, because today is the first day that I have been monetized in a couple of years. So at least on YouTube. I am monetized on Rumble, so I'm raking in the all those pennies over on Rumble. I do appreciate that. But now I can rake in those pennies here on YouTube as well. I mean, someday I'm going to make enough to actually pay for my cup of coffee. Perhaps. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I was listening to some podcasts, and they were talking about different ways that they can judge things. And one of the ideas was that you can really tell where someone's priorities are by how much money they spend on something. And I disagree with that notion. The priority, to really understand what someone's priority is if they're successful or not. Okay? If you want to get in shape, right, you can spend all kinds of money on a gym membership. You know, you can get the fancy gym membership with all kinds of personal training and everything, right? But if you don't go to the gym and you don't show up for your appointment and you don't eat right and you don't do any of that, well, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. And I think we get a lot of that from our government. They want to use how much money they spent on something as a cover for actually doing something. So don't fall for that line of things. Like I keep hearing, especially in education, oh, we're spending more money. Oh, we're spending more money than the Republicans do on this. We're spending more money for this initiative. We're spending more. We're spending more. Spending doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, right? I mean, they're taking money and they're using it. But that doesn't mean results. Results are results, I'll give you one example that's happening here in Portland. We've had this thing called Vision Zero Portland, where the idea is that they vision that there will be zero traffic deaths and zero pedestrian deaths. And since they've started this program, like pedestrian deaths, they've gone up every single year. They've gone up every year. But every year, they spend more and more money on this. And when you say, what you're doing is not working, this is an utter failure, they say, no, we're spending more money on this. We're spending so much money on this. We've spent more money on it than we did last year. It's like Portland spent over $1 billion with a B on homeless solutions, right? Is it better at all? No. So just because you spend money on something means jack squat. It means nothing, right? Oh, it means someone's getting rich, someone's getting paid, don't get me wrong there. But like this Vision Zero, I'll give you one example with this. They want to reduce pedestrian deaths in Portland, okay? And they keep going up. So what they've done is they'll take nice wide roads that have, 2 lanes going each way, turn lanes, the whole thing. And they'll say, let's just reduce it down to 1 lane going each direction. And thereby just kind of clogging up the road. Well, now you have just a line of cars. Just a line of cars nonstop. Certain times of the day, there will never be a break in the cars coming down that street. So if you're trying to get out, right, you're just going to have to pull out in front of somebody. If you're trying to turn left, you're just going to have to, you're just going to gun it and hope for the best. That's made things a lot less safe. Okay? They're like, oh, pedestrian deaths keep going up. Pedestrian deaths keep going up. What can we do? We can spend more money. We can put in crosswalks every 50 yards. Every 50 yards, let's just put in a crosswalk and someone can hit the thing, and they call them wigwags, which I think is a weird name. And they'll light up the crosswalk, so people can stop so that people can cross at the crosswalk. Okay. What's the result of that? Well, nothing. Deaths keep going up. And they're not even looking at who's dying. Well, the vast majority, I'm not going to say all, hashtag not all, but almost all of the pedestrian deaths are by homeless, or however you define that, who are high on drugs or drunk. They're wearing all black. They're wandering out in the middle of the street at night, and they get hit by someone. That's what happens. These people are not using the crosswalk. They're not aware of their surroundings. And literally, there are people wandering in the middle of big major streets every night. I'm not exaggerating. I don't even like driving that late at night because I have to have my head on a swivel, for someone just wandering out. Oh, yeah. So is spending more and more money on crosswalks, is that doing anything? No, it accomplishes nothing. But they can turn around and say, look at how much money we spent. We spent all this money. And the results, everything got worse. So next time you hear someone talking about how much money they spent on something, you say, but what was your result? What did you actually achieve? Because if things are worse, then you're failing. Anyway, we got a number of stories to get to today. Did they figure out who Jack the Ripper was? We got some AI news, Cougar out on Haystack Rock, and some good news. So stick around. In the after show, I'll be going through all your comments on Rumble and on YouTube and on D-Live. If anyone comments over there, I'll mention that as well. Anyway, let's get to this first story about Jack the Ripper. Let's talk about Jack the Ripper and a new theory from a former police volunteer. She believes she's uncovered the killer's identity, but there's no new evidence to back it up. Her theory revolves around a cigar maker, but it's all speculation. And until some concrete evidence emerges, Jack the Ripper's true identity remains a mystery. So let's enjoy the unsolved puzzle and leave the speculating to this armchair detective who has a book deal. So here's the story. A former police volunteer named Sarah Bax Horton believes she's identified Jack the Ripper, and coincidentally has a brand new book to sell. She's identified Jack the Ripper, the infamous serial killer from late 19th century London. Horton claims that the killer was Chaim Hyams, a cigar maker who lived in the area. In her book, she presents evidence suggesting that he had the necessary knife skills and the physical characteristics matching eyewitness descriptions. He was an alcoholic. He had a history of being in and out of mental asylums and became violent after epileptic fits. He's eventually committed to an asylum in 1888 and did not commit any further murders. Her great-grandfather was a police officer involved in the original investigation. But you'll see all these articles, oh, they figured it out. No, it's just a theory. It's a theory. It could be correct. It could 100% be correct. But this is a new theory by someone that has a new book for sale. So you need to take that with a grain of salt. You know, that's what I need to do. I need to come up with a book that I can sell. I need a new theory on something. And, you know, there's so much of the media is so lazy. They just like rewriting press releases. So they get this press release about Jack the Ripper. Oh, that'll get me some clicks. That'll get me some clicks. I'll just cut and paste. Let me reword it a little bit and put out a new article. And do we really know anything? Did we really figure out who Jack the Ripper is? No. So, fake news, right? It's fake news. But I'm telling you, as an example for how you can identify these stories and know that they're not really stories. Okay? Yeah. But this next story I think is pretty interesting. It deals with AI in Brazil. Did you hear about the Volkswagen commercial using AI to bring back a deceased singer? We've heard of holograms, but this takes it to a whole new level. Next thing you know, they'll have Elvis performing at Coachella with Tupac as his hype man. Seriously, I guess it's not enough for AI to steal our jobs. Now they're coming for our afterlives, too. So here's the story. In fact, let me put up the video so you can see it while I'm doing this. Let's here we go. So here's the video. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go actually listen to her singing. I try not to put copyrighted music on my stream because I want to get that 1.5 cents that I'm gonna make off this video. Controversy surrounds a Volkswagen commercial in Brazil featuring an AI-generated duet between the late singer, Elis Regina, and her daughter, Maria Rita. The use of AI to bring back a deceased artist has ignited a debate on the ethics of technology in the music industry. Critics question the blurred lines between fiction and reality, while Volkswagen defends the campaign, stating it was approved by the singer's family. Brazil's advertising watchdog is investigating potential ethical breaches. The commercial has sparked intense emotion and garnered millions of views online, but concerns remain about the implications of AI in creative industries. So, yeah, this is a new Volkswagen commercial. They're celebrating 70 years in Brazil. They've been manufacturing Volkswagen in Brazil for 70 years. And to celebrate, this singer is a beloved singer in Brazil, and she died young. She died young. And so now her daughter is doing a duet with her in this commercial. Now, I think if her daughter owns the rights to her mom's image, right, she should be allowed to do that if she wants to. And, you know, if Volkswagen came with a boatload of money or a busload of money in this, I guess, in this instance, I don't blame her for that. Now, I would certainly have a much bigger issue with this if Volkswagen just somehow had a deal somehow bought the rights, not from the family, but, like from the record company or something, and was able to do this, that would be something different. That would be on a different level. But this seems kind of sweet to me, to have a little duet with the daughter and the mom. I don't know. What do you think about this? I mean, there is a line here, but what do you think about this? In many ways, I think if it was done tastefully and appropriately, I think a lot of people could like it, but perhaps people don't want to see their favorite singer, sing about a car company. So, yeah, what do you think about that idea? We are going to have more and more of this going forward. So I suspect this will be happening with an American singer probably pretty soon. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how this goes. But next, I have a little news a little closer to my house. Did you hear about the Cougar on Haystack Rock in Cannon Beach? Officials had to cordon off the area to give it a safe escape route. And I guess even cougars need a beach vacation. So here's the story. Officials in Cannon Beach cordoned off a section of the coast to assist a cougar perched on Haystack Rock, providing a safe escape route for the animal. Photographer captured the cougar's image early in the morning. Oh, here we go. I think I got that right here. Boom. And the Cannon Beach Rural Fire Protection District dispatched individuals on water scooters to locate the cougar. Although they initially believed they saw the animal, it was later determined to be a shadow. However, officers remained at the beach to ensure the cougar's safe departure and the absence of any injuries to people. Cougars, also known as mountain lions, are a rare sighting in Oregon, despite the state being home to approximately 6,000 of them. These solitary hunters primarily prey on deer. But here's something that you may not know. And it's kind of interesting. The cat, known as the mountain lion, Puma, cougar, or panther, is actually the same species called Puma concolor. It's acquired multiple names due to its wide range and the different names given to it by people from various countries. Early Spanish explorers called it León and Gato Monte, which led to the name mountain lion, and the Incas referred to it as Puma in their language. The term cougar likely originated from the South American Indian word Cougar cura rana. Panther is a general term used for cats with solid colored coats, including black pumas, black jaguars, and black leopards. With all these names are correct, in Southern California, they're commonly called mountain lions. So, did you know that? Did you know that did you know it's all the same? It's funny. I only learned of this, I don't know, I think it was on my first trip to Mexico. I was at Teotihuacan, and they were selling these little Puma whistles. You would blow into it, and it would make like a growl of a puma. And I was like, it kind of looks like a mountain lion. And then I learned, oh, that's the same thing. But it's funny, I still catch myself thinking that cougars and mountain lions and pumas are different in some way, and no, it's just the region that they're in, and that's what the people call them, different things. You know, Washington State, right? The Washington State Cougars is the name of their mascot at the university. Although often they're called, in California, they're called mountain lions. So I just thought that was interesting. You learned something today, perhaps. If anyone asks you, did you learn anything recently? There you go. Perhaps you learned this. And maybe you already knew. Maybe you already knew, and it's just new to me. So, yeah, anyway, we got to get to some good news. So here is the good news of the day. Why'd the sailor and his dog survive for 2 months at sea? Well, it turns out they had the ultimate survival secret, a dog that could catch raw fish. Talk about the perfect fishing companion. Forget about casting lines and nets. Just bring along Bella, the fishing wonder dog. So here's the story. An Australian sailor and his dog were stranded at sea for 2 months after their catamaran was damaged in a storm. They survived by eating raw fish and drinking rainwater. They were rescued off the coast of Mexico and found to be in good health. So that's some good news. 2 months? 2 months? Can you believe that they did survive like that? That especially with the sun, right? The sun would just destroy, like being outside all day. That's really something. And not having enough water, just having to somehow, collect the rainwater to drink. That'd be really tough. But this dog, incredible, right? Able to catch fish. What a great dog. Oh, what a great dog, Bella. But this also does remind me, I've been following Russell Okung, the former professional football player. I think he was with the Seahawks for a while. But I've been following him on social media, and he has been doing, and he was a massive, massive guy, and now he weighs less than I do. He did, I think, I should have looked it up beforehand, but he's done these at least 1 month long water fasts. I think he may have done a 2 month water fast where he just became spiritual and only, was living off the fat on his body. He was a really big football player and really just transformed himself, and talks about spirituality and commitment, mind over matter, things like that. Really, really incredible person, incredible story. But it is a reminder that we can do so much, and so much of it is mental. In this case, with this Australian sailor, he was forced to live like that, right? He was forced to not eat a lot. But with Russell, just being able to do that, incredible story. Something to keep in mind next time you feel a little hungry and you think you can't wait until you get home to eat, so you got to stop by a fast food place to grab a bite to eat. That could just be an illusion. That could just be your mind playing a trick on you. This guy was at sea for 2 months. Perhaps you can make it all the way home without having to stop at Carl's Jr., right? It's all perspective, I guess. Anyway, stick around for the after show. I'll be going through all your comments. Hope you all are having a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, peace. Thanks for sticking around, everyone, in this first monetized show on YouTube in 2023. Duggo's checking in over on the Rumble. We got Rev68. Hey, hey. Anyone else find it a bit ironic that socialists love throwing money at their problems? It's not just socialists, right? I mean, I guess it's more ironic that socialists like throwing money, but all politicians seem to just want to throw money at things, and they just use that. Hey, look, I spent all this money. Means nothing. Who cares how much money someone spent? When, hang on just a second. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Hang on one sec. Okay, seems okay. I was a little concerned. I saw what could have been a conflict in front of my house, but just got the heart racing a little bit there. Oh, I should probably put the shade down when I do the show, so I can't see what's happening outside my house. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? I was saying that. Yeah, they often fall back to just using the excuse of money. And I know I've repeated myself 100 times today on that. I'm just trying to drive that point home. I know I repeat myself. But sometimes you just do that. Anywho, what's happening on the YouTube? Lucid Moments, Apothecary John, Natasha, all checking in. What's up, everybody? Yay, monetization. Congratulations, Tom. Yeah, I'm happy that I seem to have passed their little test. Now, hopefully, they will take the thumb off the scale and you can actually find my channel with a Google search. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. No money spent on researching the health-related safety of 5G radio waves. Yeah. It's hard to cross the street when you're stoned out of your mind. Duh. That's true. Reducing the homeless population and reducing pedestrian deaths are two goals that are counter to each other. Well, not to me, right? I would like to reduce both of them. But when the thing is, when you make lots of money, if you're making six figures by trying to deal with the homeless problem, if you're running some advocacy group and you're making six figures to advocate for the homeless, yeah, you got to make sure that they stick around. Otherwise, you're not going to keep getting your paycheck, right? Natalie Cole did a duet with her father. I thought that was pretty good. Now, the Natalie Cole duet with her father, and that was cool. I do think that was cool. But she was singing. They just re-recorded it, and he was singing a song that he had already sung. In this case, what they did is they had an AI image of her as she was driving an old Volkswagen. That was all made up, artificial intelligence, made up video. So the video was totally new of her singing. So that's kind of what's going on there. Aren't you going to elaborate on the other definition of cougar? I have no idea what you're talking about. So a cougar isn't a divorced woman with a high sexual prowess? I've heard that too, I guess. Unbroken, book and movie, also had an extended Lost at Sea circumstance. I don't know that story, Unbroken. I guess that's something to look up. But thanks for the suggestion. Now, that's a good dog. My dogs aren't that smart. I'd have to eat them for 2 months. Yeah, my dog, not that smart either. She's pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. But who knows if she could catch a fish? I kind of doubt it. Did the dog already have this skill before they got lost at sea, or did the dog develop the skill on the fly? But don't know. I don't know about that. Jack the Ripper self-identified as Jackie. Yeah, who knows? Perhaps. That'll be the next book. Politicians never want to spend their own money, but during an election. Very true there. A shade to block out reality of your environment. I need one of those. True. Tom, did you ever find the take a duck, leave a duck exchange place? You know, I did not drive by. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. I need a better to-do list thing, and I need to stop by, because that was a really cute story. If you don't remember that, I'll look for it this week when I'm out running errands. I'll see if I can swing by and maybe make a little video of there. I'll have to see if I can find that. It is also a melon camp, bump. I like that. Very good. Very good. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I will have more news on this channel as soon as I learn a little bit more about it. This is all brand new to me, that they just passed the monetization thing. They let me know on Saturday. So I need to figure out some more things on that and what the repercussions are for that. Also, I've been considering more and more doing a weekly show at night, like a talk show kind of thing. If I do that, I may, you know, it's like I don't want to make any big changes to the show because I just got monetized. But I think in the future I may have to drop it down to 3 nights a week if I'm going to do something at night as well. I'll have to see. I'm playing around with a lot of different ideas. But anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.